frequency nobody knew. I have been broadcasting from outside the map. Cold signal coming through, and there is no going back. I found the frequency in 2009, between two stations on a late November drive. Something in the static had a pattern underneath, a voice that was not random and a rhythm I could feel. I pulled over on the overpass and sat there for an hour, listening to something that should not have had that kind of power. By the time I started driving home, I knew two things were true. The signal had been there my whole life, and it had always known me too. It does not transmit emotion, it does not transmit need. It transmits pure information at a rate you cannot read. But your body reads it perfectly before your mind can interfere. That is why you feel it before you know that it is here. Cold signal, it was always in the room. Cold signal, in the space between the two. And every song you ever loved had something underneath. The cold signal running just below the frequency. Cold signal, you have felt it your whole life. Cold signal, in the middle of the night, when the world goes quiet and something lifts the air. Cold signal, it was already there. I spent 11 years decoding what the pattern meant, cross-referencing every place I felt it in the time I spent. It appears in certain buildings at a certain time of day. It appears in conversations right before someone says the thing they were not going to say, but said it anyway. It appears in the 3 seconds before everything shifts, like the universe is sending you a warning in the drift. I stopped telling people about it somewhere around year 4. Some frequencies you keep to yourself, or you lose the door. There is a signal running underneath the world, not a metaphor, not a theory, not a prayer unfurled. A literal transmission from the architecture of the place that has been trying to communicate since before the human race. I am not the only one receiving it, but I am one of few who stopped long enough in the noise to let it come through. The cold signal does not want anything from you. It is not asking for belief or worship or a cue. It is simply telling you the thing you already feel. At 3 a.m. when the quiet gets too real, that underneath the surface of the life you think you know, there is a current always running, and it has somewhere to go.
Nobody knew. I have been broadcasting from outside the map. Cold signal coming through, and there is no going back.